Should I have a fun game. Should I try to do Steve-O's signature?
Yes, yeah. I also think you should draw. I feel like you could make a penis out of.
Jizz.
That's great. I feel like you could make a penis out of.
It wasn't
night.
very good. Out of night?
Yeah.
Out of the night sky?
Out of Ember Night.
Oh, out of my name. It's the slumber party episode.
I'm gonna wake up. I got an orange. I'm drinking an orange Shasta tonight.
That's very nice.
I drink a grape Shasta this week as well, and that was very refreshing.
That's when you started getting pumped for tonight.
Yeah. It takes me like 3 days to warm up.
2 Shastas, 3 days for you.
Do you have
together?
Do you have a favorite? I don't think I've ever seen you drink a soda once in my life.
No.
Do you not drink soda?
No. I wasn't raised with soda, and so to me it's too aggressive. The carbonation, I'm like, there's no alcohol in this, so why should I do it to myself? Yeah.
I think that's why I like it, because I took a few years off for the same reasons, because it's like, it's just, you don't need it. It's so much. It
seems fun. It's stylish.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I get like the really fruity ones now, because it's just like, hey, let's make a night of it.
Let's have a good time.
Because I'm trying not to drink.
I kind of get it with Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's like the whiskey of soda. I said pop. I'm from the Midwest.
Whiskey of pop.
Of pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we? I think we have a
Vera.
I think
what's on your hat?
Oh, I wasn't. It's nothing.
It's cool.
It's a tribute to my
least favorite Jackass sketch.
Is it really your least favorite Jackass?
No, it's not my least.
It's
favorite.
Okay if it is.
It's not. It's definitely not.
It's okay.
I immediately could think of several that are worse.
Yeah, that was the only reason I asked, because I was like, there's definitely I mean, like, I totally get why you wouldn't appreciate Party Boy on the level that I do.
Yeah.
I totally understand why you wouldn't buy a hat that's a tribute to.
But I'm mad that I didn't buy it to give you, because it would have been the best present ever.
That's true. But I mean, I don't know. It was a gift to myself.
I'm really happy that you got it.
Yeah, no, and you know, like I just want to, like, I'm hoping that like this gets a little bit more attention to the show from Chris. Yeah. Like, and maybe he'll see like a still. Maybe like somebody could send him a few
pictures of you.
Yeah, I don't really want
fashion.
I don't really want him today, because I didn't contour my makeup tonight, because I didn't have time.
So not tonight.
But next time, I'm gonna wear it next week too.
Yeah.
So don't send Chris Pontius thumbnails of tonight.
Not tonight, Bobby. Not tonight.
Oh, hey, Bobby.
Oh, hey. There's a little guy named Bobby running towards us from down the road, and he's waving his newsboy cap, and he's saying, "Please, sir." And he's coming.
Oh.
He wants to come on the podcast? Should we let him?
Clap your hands.
Everybody text your vote.
Oh my God. Well, no, I was just going to say, can we do that? But there's no way to do that.
There's no way to do that.
We could barely figure out a Zoom call.
No. All of our materials broke like 20 minutes before you got here, and we had a mad rush. Oh my gosh, he's coming right over the hill now.
Oh, hey. I'm sorry.
Bobby!
You could have walked over.
We have 2 microphones.
I'm gonna step.
No.
I'm gonna. Okay.
Because I also need your reactions to the juicy gossip. So this is a brand new segment called Bobby's Jackass 4 updates.
Bringing energy to it.
Yeah, we'll do like a theme song and a graphic right here.
We should put pop punk under this entire episode just to keep the energy.
Now, a lot has been going on in the world of Jackass. So let's just jump right into it. But 1 week ago, beloved cameraman Rick Cossack,
I know who he is now.
Yeah, has the highest sperm count of all the Jackass.
The virile Rick Cossack appeared on the 9 Club. It's a popular skateboarding podcast hosted by professional skateboarder Chris Roberts.
I know this.
And on his appearance, he...
Unqualified for this. Why do we do this show? This is clearly your partner's culture.
I feel like I'm wearing a dunce cap, like an old-timey dunce cap, and that I'm like spitting like spitballs. Wait, you're leaving? No. Don't go.
I forgot that if you're going to talk, I have to put it in front of your face.
No, we're sharing.
Oh, okay, cool. So in this appearance, Mr. Cossack details the production schedule of the upcoming Jackass 4 film. So a juicy tidbit that we got is that production began in March of 2020.
Wow, so this has been a year.
Yeah. And according to Rick, things were going better than ever, and they were doing some of their funniest bits. Felt great, felt better than it ever has. And then the 2020 coronavirus pandemic put a halt to the shooting.
But they started in March of 2020, which is when the pandemic started.
Yeah, but like at the beginning of the pandemic happened like halfway through.
Yeah, but like but they were still starting a movie at the start of it being not people. All right, there's no.
What I'm asking is what changed.
Yeah, it was they were facing the same challenges.
Well, no, they had to stop.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So they stopped for about a full year, and they just started again.
Oh, cool.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Now it's the worst it's ever been. It feels the worst.
Well, get this. Rick was talking about they all have to get tested like 3 times a day, and it's very like dystopian, and apparently like there's a big crew, but they all have to like they can't like make contact with the cast. A bad bit of news is that Spike Jonze is not on set because he's too afraid of COVID.
He should be. They shouldn't be making a movie.
For some reason, he's the only one.
Yeah, I mean, good for you, Spike.
And Bam and Steve-O did have COVID this summer.
Well, that's good because that means they're potentially still immune.
They may have
and
antibodies.
of the two people of the entire crew, I'd say they're the two most likely to have it.
Yeah,
and pass it around.
Which leads us into our next topic. There's a lot going on in the
realize how many layers there were to this segment.
Better take fucking notes.
There's a lot.
It's gonna be a final exam.
There's a lot going on in the BAM universe.
Oh my god.
And I don't want to make light of a very serious situation, but when Bam had his mental breakdown in like 2019 before going on Dr. Phil, he invented his own language.
Oh, I'm sorry, I laughed. Don't include that. Oh, don't include that.
It's cool. It's cool. Honestly, it's cool because when I go through mental breakdowns, I kind of invent my own language too. Like that to me is.
Yeah, I thought, like when at the height of my, for context, at the height of my drug addiction, I thought I was convinced I was the Antichrist. So
yeah.
We've all been there. He invented his own language.
We've all been the Antichrist. Okay.
I just mean no judgment on Bam. We're not laughing because we think his struggles are funny. It's just that's
just so that
bizarre.
Was not the sentence I was expecting you to say at all.
But he invented his own rune-based language. He invented his own symbols and runes. And at the height of his breakdown, he was posting long posts that he had written with these symbols, like 18 posts a day, just like nonstop. And so there was a bit of a scare in the Jackass community this week because Bam began using his secret language again.
Okay.
Fucking haggard.
And so he has been inventing his own words since the beginning. Mingin, Haggard, others.
Is Haggard his, though? Because I feel like I used to hear that.
It might be a regional thing.
Yeah, I think that's a regional thing. The same thing as, like, Ratchet is, like, not really...
Bam Bam actually invented that word. They're all Bam.
In his lab.
In his lab, yeah.
But this particular controversy is ongoing. But an interesting tidbit is that a few days ago, at the time of recording, Bam he posted on a piece of paper he had written all these notes that didn't quite make sense, and one of them said, "Lil Xan is going to visit me tomorrow to help me buy a car." Now this is famous SoundCloud rapper Lil Xan.
Did that happen?
It did happen today. As of the time we're recording this, Bam has posted photos of him and Lil Xan hanging out, and Lil Xan is helping him pick out a car.
Well, then I have hope that, he's probably just, look, I think part of the journey of mental illness and drug addiction and all the problems that he's dealt with.
Proving everyone wrong.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I think, you hold on to some of that crazy. Because I no longer think I'm the Antichrist, but a little bit. I'm wearing all black.
You're also doing everything you can to prove maybe that to everyone that you are.
I kind of want...
But smart.
Yeah, I'm doing it in a way that doesn't seem mentally ill, so maybe that's what he's doing.
You just have to hide it.
That's all creativity is what it sounds like, Bobby.
Is that what you're saying?
He's a very creative man. His symbols that he designed are very nice.
I'm curious to see these symbols. I hope you're going to include some on the podcast just because of how much time. Yeah.
One of them is the him logo, and one of them is the logo for the Element Skateboard Company. Those are included in his language.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Bam, shout out to Lil Xan. We're all rooting for Bam, unironically.
I'm rooting for Bam, but I have no idea who this Lil Xan character is,
really
and I cannot vouch for.
Man, this cloud shit is funny.
Anybody.
This Lil Xan character.
Man, this cloud shit is funny.
That's the end of my segment. Thank you for having me.
Everybody at home is,
Ladies and gentlemen,
giving
Bobby
a
McCoy.
standing ovation.
I'm literally vibrating from being close to two friends at the same time. That was so
That was
exciting.
Nice. That was kind of a nice little Jackass cuddle puddle. That's what you should call that segment.
Can I say really quick, I didn't want to hijack a mic to say, but I've been, I follow Bam on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But if you follow Bam on Instagram, stop being so mean to Bam.
Are people mean to him?
People are being so mean. So 2 days ago, he posted a video of himself just trying to skate a little bit, just a little, and he fell down. And then he had the courage to post this video and just show that he was trying and that he wiped out and just being transparent.
Yeah.
And all the comments were like, dude, you're old. Dude, I hate to break it to you, but you're fucking old. Damn, dude, it's really sad to see this. And then, so then today he posted a screenshot of telling some dude who was old who wanted skate advice that it doesn't work if you start when you're old. And everyone was like, wow, Bam, way to shut that guy down. You should have given him good advice. Don't be so negative. It's never too late. And I'm like, guys, leave this man. Why do you follow him?
Yeah.
If you're just going to be mean.
It's that I don't know. It's kind of like that jock culture around the show sometimes, maybe. It's like people thinking they're being I don't know, because I've been noticing lately a lot of people have been negging me on Twitter. And it pisses me off a lot. It really does. It's weird because I think it always comes off like it pisses me off that they're negging me or that it hurts my feelings, but it's if it was funny it actually wouldn't bother me,
right? And
I think this is a classic case of people just not stay out of your element. You can't be a rude boy like Bam.
I think also that they are I don't know, so there's probably people following him because they want to see him fail. They want to see a train wreck, and they just came to watch a hanging, and it's fucked because hopefully he's doing better and continues to do better, and the movie's a success. So why would you follow somebody? And in your case too, why would you follow someone if you're not going to support them?
We fetishize. I don't know.
It's mean.
It's mean.
Stop.
It's mean. It's mean. It's like the evolved version, I think, of Kurt Cobain culture, which I'm old enough to remember how annoying that was. I loved Nirvana and I love Kurt Cobain and
sure.
And I'm pretty convinced he's a trans woman too, but that's a whole other story. it was an annoying culture around him, and it fetishized him being a fuck up. And it's like, you just like listen to a fucking true crime podcast or something.
Yeah.
Or bother somebody that's already dead. Yeah. Go hang out at a graveyard. Be a fucking adult and hang out in a graveyard. This is going to be our best episode.
Oh. Oh, boy.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
Hi.
We just watched Jackass. It was a good run. It was a good mix of stuff.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Should we introduce Jamie?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just remembered.
Oh my God, we didn't say welcome to Jackass.
Oh no.
Well,
let's just do it now. That was a cold open. That was like in yeah, that was like a cold open.
Okay.
Sorry, we gotta be official. It's
I'm Ember Knight.
And I'm Vera Drew.
And welcome to Jackass.
Welcome to Jackass.
And today's guest, see, it's like really professional, like a professional podcast
it was.
now. If we do it this late in the show,
We just finished the introduction.
Jamie Jirak, staff writer on comicbook.com, among other things. How are you today, Jamie?
Oh, I'm so wonderful. I am so happy now that I just watched an episode of Jackass. What a delight.
What's your history with Jackass?
I watched it a lot as a kid, but then in college I got really into the movies. I've definitely seen the movies a million times where there are certain episodes I probably haven't seen. Like the one we just watched, the jellyfish was familiar, but some of it didn't ring a bell. So I'm sure I've seen it, but it's probably been since it aired. But the movies I know real front and back.
Yeah, they're timeless classics.
I recently watched the first season, and what a joy.
What a joy. Oh, this is great. So you really know your shit. It's so good to have you.
We'd say you're a Jackass expert, at least in relative to us.
Aspert.
That's good.
I mean, I did recently pay $50 whole for an April and Phil cameo, so I'm definitely...
Vera got me an April and Phil cameo.
Aren't they delightful?
They're so chill.
It really is like, and we saw them tonight too, and I was reminded again just of how just pure... They're just pure,
They're
beautiful
angels.
people.
I feel that I might have been one of the greatest skaters in the world if my parents laughed and praised every time I did something fucked up.
Yeah.
Like Phil was laughing that he got pied in the face and he was just cracking up. And April was clearly not mad. She was like, "What? A pie? What? How terrible."
And her voice goes up. Phil, the way that like they'll pound on him and he never fights back. Like,
No.
What a good dad.
They just
he
do.
was my dad.
Yeah, they do everything to make Bam feel like the cool Bugs Bunny character. They really support the fuck out of him.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's I don't wish they were my parents, because I mean I think my life would have turned out about the same. But just to know. Getting that healthy, like the funniest thing about Phil, like Phil's only complaint during this bit was like he just kept saying, he said twice, "This just makes no sense," very calmly, and that is the kind of attitude I want to be around generally in 2021 and onward.
And he's not wrong. Bam has a very bizarre sense of humor. He has a strange artistic mind. And we watched another bit tonight, actually, the treadmill bit, where at the end of that bit he said, "Should I call Knoxville and see if he wants to come?" And he takes a phone off the wall and then immediately slips and slides on purpose on the treadmill. And it's like, in his mind, that was going to be a big punchline.
Yeah.
But it didn't communicate, and it was only in Bam's mind that made sense.
On such another level. I always say that Bam is the worst because it's like fun to hate on Bam. Like where would we be if we didn't have Bam to like really rag on?
Truly.
He's become kind of, I would say, somewhat of a tragic figure on this show, and Dave England as well. We watched Human Tricycle tonight, and we can go back to Treadmill too. I just want to give Dave England some love, and like
let's give him a hug.
It's like he actually is the most talented one on the show. Like,
I mean, it depends how you. He's just so gross. I can't watch half of his stuff because he's like, the way that he can poo on command is just horrifying.
But it's tragic because he's so good at like extreme sports and shit. And
haven't all of us felt at times reduced to our bodily functions? Flying in the face of our great talents.
Yeah, like most. Oh, like I'd say about a couple times a month, I feel that way. Without getting specific. Don't need to go down a whole gender dysphoria, my DM requests hole, but...
Well, they don't have any girls on Jackass, so they kind of did it to Dave.
Yeah. You know what, though?
And Preston, and actually all the ones that aren't stars, they kind of did it too.
That's kind of the refreshing thing about Jackass 4 is like it's not like a reboot of like a movie. They're not like, let's bring in a cool girl, because that really would be what they would do. They would just shit on all over.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go back because you mentioned. Oh wait, no, I have thoughts on Treadmill. Just because that is.
Are you looking at my notes?
I can look away
if
it's
cheating. Are you screen peeking at my notes?
No, I was actually just Jamie. You didn't see this, but Ember before. I don't know if we were recording, but Ember made Steve-O's signature.
Oh,
which is a penis.
Pretty good.
Have you ever seen Steve-O's signature before?
I don't know, but I would imagine the O would be similar.
That's how he signs it. He signs it like.
It's a dick that's jizzing.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little loose tonight. It's always loose, but we're very loose tonight.
Jamie,
I'm the right guest for that.
What was your do you think a favorite, like a highlight for you tonight?
From that, what we just watched?
Yeah.
Oh, it's always April and Phil. I mean, when April gets high squeaky voice, I'm ready. And then bless her, she tried to throw her own pie, and it just backfired. They just never can catch a break, and it's the funniest thing in the world to me.
Yeah, they really are the like angels. They're Jackass angels.
I hope that when I die and go to heaven, April and Phil open the gates for me.
Oh my god, how fucking special would that be if it was like that Cameo video too, where it's like them in front of a nice Christmas tree.
Like, hi.
It's like it's like so like I don't know, it's so sweet. That's the kind of Americana I can appreciate.
Yeah.
Bam Margera's parents in front of a Christmas tree.
I don't believe in heaven, but now I'm like, maybe I'll change my mind just for this potential scenario.
Jackass heaven.
If we did one good thing today.
That means we get to go. This pod is secretly, we're trying to make all our guests Christian.
That's Vera's like slow game for our 12-year friendship. That's what it's been this whole time.
Yeah, no, it was all.
That's what you're supposed to do if you're a good Christian. Slowly be hustling your friends to join the church.
Oh, that's why it's so like, because I don't even feel comfortable. I just like Jesus, like not aesthetically. Again, because like I'm kind of the Antichrist.
If he could look a little more like Chris Pontius.
Yeah, then Savior.
Bow down.
Jamie, which Jackass boy do you think is the sexiest one?
Oh, Ryan Dunn for sure.
That's
a new answer.
That's a new answer.
Oh.
Do you have reasons?
He had a quality that was like you just want to teddy bear him up. And I feel like the thing about Knoxville is that like he knows he's hot, and that like makes him less hot to me.
Yeah.
Like if I were to see Knoxville on the street and didn't know who he was, sure. but like his arrogance tones him down a bit. So I think it's got to be done. But Steve-O these days is really doing it for me too. Like especially now,
he's looking good.
He's like when he does like naked photos with his wife. I think they're married. It's like okay, I would like both of you in my room.
Yeah. Yeah, they also just seemed like very like happy and like a healthy couple, and it's like, oh,
Steve-O's really doing.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve-O's another Jackass angel. They're all Jackass angels.
Can I say my favorite thing that I saw tonight?
Yes.
Can I just say for a second my favorite thing that I saw? Okay, because what it was the progression of Chris Pontius getting hosed off by Grandma Bartoli. Shout out Grandma Bartoli.
Who is Grandma Bartoli, by the way?
She must be dead.
But she had the best. She died that night.
Yeah. She died a happy fucking woman because
I was jealous.
Her style was on point. She was looking good.
She was looking good. You could tell she was horny, but she like kept her cool and like. So we should set up what happened.
Yeah.
Chris, it was right after ice blocking, and Chris went into what looked like a sewage retention of some mud or something.
Something gross.
And then
he needed to be hosed off. He was a dirty boy.
Yeah, and apparently he needed to be hosed off by this elderly woman named Grandmother Bartoli. And of course, like sexy music starts playing, and she like starts by spraying him with a hose, but then it ends up.
Then then he's like, "Would you give me a bubble bath?" And she's like, "Sure."
And they frolic.
They take hands. They frolic to her house.
It's so precious.
In her house, he's taking a shower, and she soaps down his whole body. And the way this woman looks to the camera while she's soaping him down with like the smile of a child at the fucking
she was
county
like
fair.
cucking me. She like knew she knew 20 years into the future that she'd be cucking a transsexual on a Jackass podcast.
That woman is an icon.
Yeah.
She was doing it for you. She was looking at you. She was
I know. She's like, you could get here. That's what she was saying.
Do you think that she was just happened to live nearby and walked out to see what was happening?
I really hope that's what went down.
Yeah.
It looked like it.
And I know that some people are like that because I've done some stuff on the street, like in my very early 20s. And sometimes the people you interact with are so fucking chill and they just want to keep it going. They like the cameras and they'll just play with you. And I hope that's what happened.
I hope so. I mean, she seemed, I love how old people are used on this show because it's like, they're always cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris did like a really good job tonight. He was really hot in every sketch, every stunt he was in.
Good.
Speaking of Knoxville knowing that he's hot, something we've been talking about recently in the episodes is how he doesn't like you to see him mad. Like, you don't get to see him get pissed very often. And we got a moment of Knoxville being pissed tonight in the human red carpet. Which is a great bit where Wee Man is dressed up as a little fairy tale king, and Knoxville is all rolled up in a carpet, and Wee Man like kicks the carpet down stairs or a hill, and it unrolls, and you just see Knoxville's like Converse sneakers like hitting the stairs.
That got me. I was cracking up for that one.
And then as soon as it finally opens, there's like a moment that's like anticlimax, and then someone off camera is like, hit him in the nuts, and then Wee Man just like hits him with the thing. And Knoxville, the second time, Knoxville got really mad. He was like, "Don't fucking touch me."
Yeah, we don't like seeing Johnny mad, but I do respect the fact that he's a fully three-dimensional human being that is capable of anger. But it is really
It's frightening.
It's like watching Bugs Bunny get actually mad, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never thought about it, to be honest.
Really?
But you're right. But I do feel like in that second time, Wee Man kind of respected it. That's why I love the Jackass guys, because they really love and respect each other, and they know each other's boundaries.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They'll toe that line
Sure.
for sure. Which is why I think the most evil thing they ever did was throw Bam in that snake pit.
Yeah, I agree. That was not chill. That happens in the movie. If you haven't seen it.
Oh my God. I feel so bad for him.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
No, I would never speak to them again if they did that to me.
Did you every time I open your Instagram website, you're interviewing a new celebrity. Have you ever met any of the Jackass people or anybody tangentially to the show?
I have not, but now that you say it, I should tell my work, hey, let me cover Jackass 4.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if anyone has that beat. And so thank you. I'm going to make a note of that. That's why I'm have this weird Marvel background because of WandaVision. I've been interviewing WandaVision people. So that's I don't normally have this intense of a Marvel setup.
Sure.
But
that is a fucking
Sure.
Okay, I've known you for 13 years. That is
Don't get me wrong, I own it.
You are one of you gave me the strength to admit that Batman Forever is the best Batman movie because of largely because of how you had so much Batman shit when I know your apartment always probably looks
I still have a Batman and Robin poster up in my room.
You guys are nerds. We get it.
But to circle back, thank you for this reminder. I'm going to try my best now to get some Jackass because it's been so long. I can't wait for Jackass 4.
I
know. We're really excited. I think, we're kind of hoping it's maybe partially a deconstruction of the show, but I'm also hoping that it doesn't get I just want to see them have fun. I just want to watch. That's been the nicest thing about this podcast is just fucking watching people outside having fun without masks on.
Yeah.
We should talk about Jellyfish because Jamie brought that up briefly.
Terrible.
Yeah. This was the first one we started with tonight, and this felt like something they wouldn't have even maybe done on Wild Boys. I don't know. It was basically Steve-O bobbing for jellyfish, and then eventually doing a jellyfish yarmulke too, and he gets fucked up. They fuck him up. I was really hoping they would show what he'd look like a few hours later because I'm sure he looked like fucking Shrek.
Yeah.
I'm curious, isn't that because they doused him with pee after, which I hated because I hate when they throw up. I can't stand it. Isn't that not true, the pee thing?
It's not. It's really, I don't
just put the pee on him.
Yeah, and there was
whoever thought of that is so funny.
Yeah.
Whoever was it's science. You have to pee on yourself, yeah. And people do it.
Yeah. Because it's
mainstream. They do it in Friends, which is the most basic thing you can ever see, and they do it there. So it's that's seeped into mainstream.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Oh, totally. No, I think people think that's a thing still. And I think, I mean, maybe they didn't know. Maybe it was a common misconception or something. Because there was an expert there that had to have known that Steve-O was just dumping piss on his face. At the end of the day.
This bit has classic early Steve-O insecurity vibes to me.
Oh, interesting.
Where earlier on, his bits were, he did a lot of stuff with animals or bugs and stuff that hurt his body a lot. I'm going to be so gnarly that I am going to swallow this goldfish. That was his first bit on the show.
Right.
And I think that it doesn't seem like he's having a ton of fun or hamming it up. It seems like he's insecure about his place in the production.
Yeah.
And that he's I got to do this. I got to show how brutal and gnarly I am.
Well, I mean, I definitely can totally see that. And I think what it probably is he just didn't, these guys didn't have real camera presence when they started. No. When Johnny Knoxville is the most camera ready person on your show.
He's just a frat boy.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. I mean, I think Knoxville's genuinely handsome and stuff, but I think it just Steve-O was a circus freak. I think. Because what I always notice about his stunts are he really you really see it on his face. Like he really allows the suffering to come to the surface in like a visceral way that like even if he doesn't vomit, it always feels like he might.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe what you're actually seeing is him perfecting that because I think later on, especially after he got sober and like in Jackass 3, he seems a lot more confident.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know a lot of his like pre-Jackass, his stuff was like doing flips while on fire or like blowing a fireball and doing a flip and like chewing glass and like very like showy nightclub kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't want any of that stuff for the show. And I know that he like pitched a lot of stuff that they said no about. So I don't know. I wonder what's going on in his head when I see these bits. I'm like, I don't know. How did you arrive at put the jellyfish yarmulke?
I think exactly what you're saying. I think he's like, I gotta be so fucking gnarly that I stand out.
Yeah.
And he does.
It works, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think when you look at the history, he definitely has some of the most memorable bits.
Yeah, it's so weird too. I mean like yeah. It's so like watching this every week, I'm just like falling in love with these guys even more. Like especially like just watching like what he puts his body through is just like yeah, you're an artist. I need to like get off my fucking high horse about my fucking Joker movie.
I also respect anyone who's willing to get a tattoo for like a bit.
Oh yeah,
because I have some stupid fucking tattoos.
Yeah,
really.
Do you want to talk about them?
Yeah, and I don't my own face. Maybe one day I aspire to get my own face tattooed on me. But of all the Jackass things, I have not a good pain tolerance, and I can't handle anything disgusting. The only thing I think I could do in Jackass is get like a stupid tattoo just to be funny.
What is the stupidest tattoo you currently have, you think?
Oh, it's got to be the Darth Maul.
Oh, it's the best one though. It's the best one because when you spread your legs, he's split in half, and that's how he gets murdered.
That's amazing.
Or he doesn't die because not to get too nerdy.
And it's like right, like if you're heading towards my private areas, it's like the last thing you're gonna see before you see the goods. So it's like
that's
really interesting
Jamie.
spot.
That is fucking sick. That's like you make the person earn it. Then it's exactly how I feel about my Watto tattoo because it is right next to a gorgeous breast, but you have to stare at a grotesque bug with a nose for a penis on it.
Yep.
Mickey Watto's one of my favorite tattoos. So.
Thank you. What do you think? I mean, I guess Steve got your name tattooed on his ass.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Oh my God. So it's okay. My sister doesn't watch this show. She was a bride. She was a bridesmaid in this girl's wedding, and this guy, the groom, like
this guy,
he had Steve-O's tattoo. He had your name on his ass. And I don't think his wife knew that. And that really pissed me off. And I wanted to tell her really bad because I knew her too. I don't know why.
Did he think it was like really funny?
He thought it was really funny. And I mean, I think she thought it was funny. But that's deceitful because that's Steve-O's joke.
That's Steve-O's joke.
And it's
that's weird.
Secondhand, not funny.
That's like a tattoo faux pas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that they broke up when she found out?
I don't know that she still found out. I think they might be with child currently.
Oh gosh.
Well, the only way to save it is to name the kid Steve-O.
That's how you heal.
That's how you heal. Is it? Yeah.
Skateboard high dive. High dive.
Oh yes, high dive. Oh my God. My two favorite moments from high dive were the umbrella, because it did the cartoon thing where it went inside out. And when Knoxville saw Wee Man's ass and said, "It's no wee ass."
I hated this one.
Really?
I have a weird phobia. I don't know where it came from because I'm from Florida. I had a pool and everyone I know had a pool. But for some reason, when there's a pool in any show or movie, I'm so anxious that someone's going to smack their face on the concrete.
Yeah.
Like which just happened in succession, and I was so mad that I didn't close my eyes because I know if there's going to be a pool, someone's probably getting hurt, and it's Jackass. So the combination, especially when was it Bam that hung off the side?
Really,
I'm like, he's going to die. He's about to die. Like, I know he's not really going to die, but my heart was racing. It was like too much stress for me.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And then weirdly, nobody got hurt.
Weirdly, nobody got hurt.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. And like the Bam one especially, I was just like, this is just not. All that will happen if you do this is you won't get hurt.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way this is successful, because he was basically hanging off of the high dive. And like
he could have smacked his head so hard on that concrete.
Yeah, I mean, well, this had one of my favorite characters on the show, which is Bunny the lifeguard, and Bam looked really hot tonight too in that bit. It was some hot Bam. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to see Bam as hot.
You're making a face, but this guy here.
The thing is, I'm not sexually attracted to Bam, but I've said it before on the pod. I would have been when I was 14.
Yeah.
12, 13, 14,
that's fair.
15. I would have been in love with him, and I would have followed him everywhere. So it like, I'll see it in moments. I'll be like, that's a beautiful boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
His like pirate times is like very, when he gets like.
He has a very Captain Jack Sparrow look. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I don't see that.
Now,
but...
it comes a little later. He's into very stringy scarves, eyeliner.
Okay, yeah, I understand. It's the Johnny Depp vibe.
He gets into the Johnny Depp vibe.
Which is not for me. No, thank you.
I thought you guys were nerds.
But I can see the appeal.
It kind of got ruined because that's like Tim Heidecker's like whole persona on Cinema is like like scarf like EDM guy, and like so I can't really find those people attractive anymore because they just remind me of my TV dad.
And it would get in between you and Bunny Lifeguard.
Nothing will ever get between me and Bunny the Lifeguard. Really funny, really hot. I don't remember anything he said, but oh no, he did, because you pointed it out at the end.
He said nobody got in between me and my saves. His saves.
It's so lazy. He's so funny. He's so funny because it's effortless. He doesn't care. He
Definitely doesn't care.
I love it. That's the kind of energy I need. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If I just got up and left.
You'd be back. We have all the Chris bits right here.
Yeah. What is this word? Oh, stilts. Because there were stilts.
That was pretty cool.
Was that Steve-O?
That was Steve-O.
Steve-O dove off the high dive with stilts.
Of course it was Steve-O.
Yeah, I don't know why I asked, but it was really impressive.
Yeah. He wrote about that in his autobiography, but I don't remember what he said.
I still haven't read it yet.
I've already read that.
It, so. Huh?
I need to read that.
It's really good. It's what is it called?
Producer Bobby, what's Steve-O's autobiography called? It has 6 titles. Professional Idiot. It's really good. It's really long. It's like a giant AA share.
Yeah. It's a long AA share.
Like he's like gets into like all the like nitty-gritty details and stuff about his life. I want to find, there was a really hardcore documentary about him too that I want to hunt down.
I remember in college watching like a Steve-O documentary when it was just him like doing a bunch of whippets in his like apartment.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
And it was, I remember like it was pretty messed up, and that was like at his, I think that was his breaking point, I think, before he got sober. And it was, this was so long ago, but I even remember then I was like 19 and like, whoa, this is bleak. And it's so like, it's so sad to realize this is what he was up to. And that's why I'm so happy he's thriving now. Yeah. He's just so proud of Steve-O.
Yeah. I'm proud of all of these boys.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They're all older than me. I shouldn't.
We're proud of our boys. We are.
The next is the only one we didn't talk about. Oh, we didn't talk about. We watched a lot tonight. Holy crow! Ice blocking.
Well-rounded episode. What season was this?
It's not okay. So it's not an episode. It's like part of the box set. We just watched
like a
chunk.
compilation.
It's a compilation, so we have every single bit, but they're, you know that weird thing when people release a box set and it's like not in the episodic order?
It's how it used to be. It's kind of, it's weird when you think about how wasteful DVDs used to be.
They do this with shows sometimes too.
Do you still buy hard media? Like, do you buy DVDs and?
I do. Not as often as I used to, but all Blu-rays come with a digital code, so it works out because I can have my collection, and then my friend Becca, who you know Becca, I put the code on our shared Vudu account, so like every movie I get, she gets, so it's like it feels worth it. And I started this collection when I was 11. I'm not ready to, I'm about to be 31. It's a 20-year-old collection.
You bought all of these this year?
Yes.
I can't remember. I buy box sets. I just bought the Friday the 13th box set. So I'm going to probably ruin a weekend.
Very cool.
And watch all those movies soon.
It feels good. It feels good to pop a DVD in or a VHS in. Like, it's nicer than having to go through Google and look at fucking the HBO website or fucking whatever.
I never thought I'd be nostalgic for it on any level, but like it's so crazy because like I sound 150 years old right now, but I open these streaming apps and there's so many choices. I don't know what the fuck to watch. Like,
that's not because you're old. It's because
harder
they
now
flood it
to
with
make choices than it
bullshit.
used to be.
Yeah. No, there's all kinds of crap that they cram in there that they made in house that nobody wants to watch, that is bad. They hook you into like a service. They're like, oh, this has your favorite movies from your childhood. And then you go, you're like, why can't I find them? They've been removed. But instead, there's like a million shitty things made just for this streaming service that I don't want to watch.
It's trash.
It's trash. Whereas if you get like a DVD, like an old VHS or an old DVD or something, it's a curated experience. It's just like the cover and like the back of it and like the menu and the special features. You just get to kind of go into the world of the one thing.
I've thought about, I'm sure I'll never do it, but I have thought about doing my own podcast where I go through every DVD in the collection, because I would say that there's more than half of these I haven't watched, the special features.
That's what I miss the most is special features. Yeah. Cause like I do that a lot anyway now. Like I watch a lot of like behind the scenes of like my favorite movies and stuff. And I think it's just to fill that void. Cause I used to love commentary tracks too. They're always really boring, but like I loved them.
Sometimes they're great though. You find some gems, like drunk Ben Affleck on the Armageddon.
Yeah. Every Arnold Schwarzenegger commentary track is him talking like, okay, so this is the part where the TX-1000's boobs get bigger, and I think that's really cool. And like he's just like recounting what's happening in the movie and then like following it up with like, this is really cool, or claiming that it was his idea.
I love Arnold. God, what a gem.
Which is just like, oh, you're perfect. He really is. That's like really what Trump should have been, is just like this like fucking harmless, like horrible person, but like that you can kind of just like look at and go like, oh, what a funny freak.
And in time, hopefully he will be.
I hope so.
Not to alienate any of our Trump supporter fans.
Yeah, I'm sure you've got plenty of those.
It's hard to say. Jackass is a unifying force.
Yeah, I get Trump people on my shit sometimes. It's weird. It's because I fucking hate Joe Biden, and like I don't like bullshit politics. But like,
yeah, that guy owes me money.
Yeah, I want my $2,000.
You also have a notorious sense of humor that, like, I feel like people will be like, this is very not PC, and I'm going to dive into that. So I could see that attracting the wrong sorts.
That's the frustrating thing, kind of, because it's like, because I wasn't, like, a comedian for, like, a long, like, I stopped performing live comedy when I moved to LA, because, like, fuck live comedy in LA. And now people think I'm, like, just starting out. And like that I'm like dropping these hot takes about like things, and it's like, no, I'm just old and like came up during a time where like I was encouraged to be rude.
Yeah.
I was
when
encouraged.
I think back to our early comedy days,
Yes.
It's like shocking the shit that we used to do.
I think back, and Ember and I talk about this all the time. Like, I thank God there is no video of the improv I did in college.
Same. Same.
That you saw I mean, I don't remember most of it because I was like a burned out drunk half the time, but holy shit, instant cancel.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
I'm working on I'm writing a pilot right now about my old comedy team, and for pretty much exactly this reason. So I'm having to revisit like all the bits that we did and like the footage that exists, like the shitty cell phone footage. And I had to pull them in. I stopped being able to do it myself. I had to reach out to my dudes and be like, guys, I need you to hold my hand and watch this footage with me. Because I cannot sit in my room and look at the evidence of what we did if you're not like laughing next to me and telling me that it's funny.
Yeah.
I now live with someone from my college improv team.
Oh my God.
And he sent me a video recently and I was like, please, do not send this to me.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Please, no. We've moved past this. I'm glad we're still close enough to live together, but the improv days are done.
Yeah, no, that person is dead. Like, in my case, I really can't, because like I look at pictures all the time. There's so many pictures of me like being, I mean, speaking of Antichrist, I'm like being crucified in scenes. There's so many pictures. There's so many scenes where people are lifting me up like I'm crucified. It's like, what the, like, did I have one joke? I think I did.
You did.
It's still going on.
And it's still going.
We should play some of our old stand up on the show. Right here. No. I think we had one more. Oh no, we have another Chris bit. So I'll introduce this one too. This one is called Dog vs. Bunny.
Take it away.
This is Chris Pontius dressed as a giant bunny, almost like a furry, like in a bunny costume.
He had 2 bunny looks tonight.
Yeah, and both were good. I loved both for 2 different reasons. I love Bunny the lifeguard because it shows skin. I liked the second one, which was more of like a mascot costume because it reminded me of like furries.
Yeah.
And this is him getting attacked by a police dog, like one of those trained police dogs.
Mm-hmm. So I'm glad he was wearing the suit.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that really protected him? Because that...
I really thought his face was about to get destroyed when it ripped off the mask.
Yeah.
Also, I feel bad for that dog getting trained to like that. Like, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah. No,
but,
I agree.
But I feel like he had to have had some deep marks even through the suit.
Yeah. And you know what? I felt bad for the dog too the entire time I was watching it because I was really like romanticizing it. I was like, this dog was like kidnapped as like a young pup and
had its tail removed.
Yeah, and like
so
turned
there's
into
no reason for them to do that.
It's
they kept like being like, this dog is so mean. It's like, yeah, because they literally trained it to be mean.
Yeah.
You could see it.
They made this whole dog's purpose to be mean.
Yeah, that's true.
Those dogs are like really, they're just smart. They're just smart dogs. So you can train it to be a fucking asshole, or you can train it to be like, to like cuddle with your fucking baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see the dog at the end when the guy called it off, that it was like a friendly, happy dog.
Yeah.
That it was just like trying to follow orders. Just be a good dog.
One other thing I was thinking about during this stunt was Chris mentions that he's not wearing a cup during it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if this was before or after the sperm-a-thon that we watched with Doug Lucenhop a few weeks ago.
You think maybe he deserved a higher sperm count, but it got lowered because of this incident?
Yeah, and I mean, either way, I mean, I know he has a child now with his wife, which I wish her the best, but...
I believe that.
I think, I don't know, it's like knowing that like he kind of had this devil may care attitude about like whether or not his junk would like get hurt is hot. A, and B, also just makes me happy because it means when I do sleep with him, I won't get pregnant. I wrote that joke down while we were watching this sketch.
You were sitting on that this whole time.
Speaking of devil may care attitude, this is the first time I've ever seen Chris put himself in any kind of physical danger.
I mean, he does have wild boys sometimes, but there are like, this was really hardcore.
This is a man who loves his body, who loves his penis, and he generally takes very good care of himself. But in this case, he didn't wear a cup, and the dog bit him.
Yeah, it was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, it was pretty out of Chris's comfort zone, I would say.
His giggling the entire time really was so funny and cute.
Like
too.
I could really see this bit having gone to like Dave England.
Oh yeah.
You know? Like that seems like more typical casting, and then having him like wail horribly while he's getting bit.
Because he also after it was all done, Knoxville asked him like, "How was it?" And he was just like, "A dog's teeth are weird," or like whatever. Because that's my boo. But like, yeah, like England would be like screaming and
yeah.
Again, this is before the movies. It's the cool moment during red carpet. The human red carpet was seeing Spike filming. It's cool to catch Spike filming sometimes because it's always like, hey, you did that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Spike's relationship with them is so bizarre, and I really, really love that.
Yeah.
My second tattoo ever was an adaptation tattoo. So
wait, what is it?
Spike. It's a quote. It's lame. It's you are what you love, not what loves you. But I was 19. I stand by it. But if I were to redo it now, I'd probably prefer like potted plant Nick Cage face. But,
yeah. Yeah, because you definitely need more faces. You have John Travolta.
I have a lot of faces.
Yeah.
John Travolta, Carrie Fisher, Laura Dern, BB Newirth.
All of the gay icons.
I'm getting my next tattoo. I just pushed it back though because LA is obviously horrifying. I'm not going to go get a tattoo right now. But my next tattoo is going to be Brad and Antonio near kissing an interview.
Ooh.
The vampire. And I think on the other side, I'm going to get Sharon, Nick Cage, and Moonstruck. Those are going to be my weird romantic legs.
I think it's romantic, but I'm also I spend the entire day watching George Lucas like documentaries every day. Should we wrap this up? How long have we been going?
We've been doing good.
This is great.
I could talk about this. I could talk to you in general for literally ever. So
I miss you so much. You were part of one of the last fun like normal world things I did, which is I went to Disneyland in the Star Wars land, which was a lot of fun, even though those new movies really suck. Like you get to go on the Millennium Falcon, that's cool. And then we ended the night at the Cantina, and that was fun too.
It was a really good time. I'm just sad that I live here and I haven't gotten to see you. It makes me so mad.
Soon enough. I was telling I think I actually told you this. I've said this to a couple people this week because it's just where my head's at. Like my 30s, this is going to be a new era of partying for me. Like I'm not going to become a druggie again, like a bad druggie again, but like I'm going to become a raver. I'm gonna be outgoing. I'm gonna be effervescent. I'm gonna be bubbly. I'm gonna start going to church. I'm gonna be an outdoors person.
Yeah.
Count me in. Not the church part, but the rest of it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
On board. If it's at night.
Yeah, no, I know.
And we'll work on you, Missy. We'll work on you.
Okay.
Jesus
Good luck.
is waiting.
If it means spending time together, I'll suck it up. I just noticed you're drinking a White Claw. I've been subtly also drinking alcoholic seltzer.
What are you drinking?
Cheers. These I put it in a Yoda cup, but it's these stupid Truly lemonade seltzer alcohols.
Those are good too.
Oh hell yeah!
I've been booze free for months, and I feel good.
That rocks.
And like I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna just not do it again, because it's like the hangovers are getting so. I would get hungover from one fucking White Claw, because of the fucking hormones.
Hitting 30.
Yeah, and it's
30 really did affect the hangovers. They're so much worse now.
I think that's like the thing I'm most looking forward to about seeing Jackass 4 is like watching a bunch of old people do this, because like I feel very insecure about being 32, like even though I look so young and hot, like I know my time is running out.
You're in your 30s?
But watching the old men do the Jackass movie,
it's
Jackass
beautiful.
4, it's gonna make me go, hey, I have a few more years left.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm mostly sad though about the done of it all.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're gonna do something.
Oh yeah.
Some kind of but it really makes me sad knowing that we're getting a movie without him.
Yeah, me too. He always made me feel more comfortable about BAM. Like having them, knowing that Ryan was there with him, it's like he's here with his friend who is like emotionally stable and like a trustworthy, nice guy. You'd be like, okay, the boys are here.
Yeah. They're like a good, I think they complement each other good in that way.
He's BAM's Sam. Like Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
I
love that. I
don't
watched
like
those movies
nerd
this
shit.
week.
I thought you guys were nerds.
I literally watched Lord of the Rings this week.
I
And let me tell you, that's the gayest trilogy that's ever
Is it
existed,
really?
and I don't think we spend enough time talking about it. It's so gay.
Are the books gay though? Like
The books. Well, it's an interesting question.
I couldn't get through the books. I tried 3 times.
They're like my first books. My dad read me The Hobbit and then Lord of the Rings when I was like in kindergarten. So to me, they are like very base personality, but they have that like charming Irish vibe. You know when something has a charming Irish vibe?
it's a little gay.
It's a little gay.
It's a spot gay, and then you get that New Zealand energy, that B movie horror director energy in there. You're gonna get a really gay Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit movies even more, I heard, because there's just like a lot of singing and dancing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of singing in the book.
In the
There's a lot
book,
of little
too, yeah.
songs, a lot of little little rhymes.
When there are no women characters, for the most part, what are you going to do except have... I think all 9 members of the Fellowship all have chemistry with sexual chemistry.
Absolutely.
All 9 of them. The web of sexual energy between those 9 men, oh my god. And
Yeah.
I love it. I wish they'd kiss so bad.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Sam and Frodo have a beautiful relationship, and Frodo is kind of a beautiful lady.
Yeah, he's a he/him lesbian, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sam and Frodo are he/him lesbians, is
Yeah.
what we've determined today.
I think that one's like a no-brainer.
It kind of is.
Don't you know you're Sam? You're Sam? Come on.
Jamie, this has been so
Jackass!
nice. It has been so... We don't need to go back to it. I mean, I think the connection between Jackass and Lord of the Rings is obvious.
It's so
Clear. I can see it.
Jamie, do you have anything you'd like to plug, or where can people find you?
Oh, I love to tweet. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Jamie Cinematics. Mostly just talking about WandaVision these days. It's really obnoxious. So if you don't care about WandaVision, maybe don't follow me on Twitter.
You'll move on to something else soon, though.
Oh, very soon. You're correct about that.
I could not. My only thing about that show, I started watching it, and then I was like, I just want to watch Dick Van Dyke. I just want to watch an actual sitcom.
I've also done that. I have a podcast right now talking about WandaVision and sitcoms. So it's Hollywood already did it. You can check it on my Twitter. But literally, I watched so much Dick Van Dyke because of WandaVision, and God, it holds up. It really holds up.
Special person.
Yeah. I'm Vera Drew. 22 on I almost said my email address on Twitter. Well, now you know it. You don't know, is it AOL.com or Gmail?
Well, you really narrowed it down.
Vera Drew 22 on Twitter and Instagram. Also, if you could hop over to my Patreon, I'm dropping a lot of hot content these days. I just did a episode of my premium episode of Hot Topics that's all about chaos magic, which is fucking sick if you're looking to get into magic.
Wow. Intriguing.
Yeah.
I'm interested. My name is Ember Knight. I'm cool too. So
have a great night, everybody.
So great to have you.
Sorry.
Take care. Check out Google me. Hey, I'm really cool. You'll see all the articles and the art.
I love you, Jamie. It's so good to see you.
I love you. This was so much fun. Thank you for having me.
Be safe.
Good to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.